Hi, good morning, my dear students. Once again, welcome back to our social science of 7th standard. So, in previous classes, we were discussing about the civics chapter or political science. We were discussing about the second chapter of political science or civics, that is the fundamental rights and duties. Okay, in previous class we already discussed about the fundamental rights. Okay, we know that six fundamental rights are there. They are uh, right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to religion, right for cultural and educational activities, and the last one, sixth one, is right to constitutional remedies. These are the six fundamental rights. Okay, today we are focusing on which are the fundamental duties. Okay, duties are our responsibility being a citizen of our country or our motherland India. We have certain duties to our country. Okay, so these are just like the fundamental rights. We are more responsible to do our duties, then only we can ask for our fundamental rights. Okay, so both are the two sides of a coin. Okay, so let us see what are the fundamental duties of a citizen in India. Okay, so first of all, listen here, my dear students. First one, respect the constitution, national flag and national anthem. We want to respect our constitution. Constitution is the sum total of the hard work of many freedom fighters and their dreams and their ambition, how our nation should be. Okay, so we should respect. If we are respecting the constitution, it means we are respecting our freedom fighters. Okay, and around 300 people devoted their many freedom fighters devoted that valuable time and everything for the making of Indian constitution. Okay, and it is our duty to respect our national flag. Whenever we are seeing our national flag, we want to salute it. Okay, and during national festivals, Republic Day, Independence Day, like these days, we want to hoist the flag, and before sunset we want to remove it. Okay, so some rules and regulations are there how to hoist the flag. Okay, and we want to respect the national anthem. Whenever we are hearing the national anthem, we want to respect by standing and keeping in a attention position. Okay, that is very important. In our school we are following these things, so you know these things well. Okay, and the second one is to follow noble principles or ideas that inspired for our freedom struggle. So many ideas of our national leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, uh, they had a lot of dreams about our nation for Ram Raj or welfare state. Okay, Gandhiji had a dream. It was a Ram Raj. Ram Raj means a welfare state, treating everyone equally like God. Okay, and no one should be living under poverty. Okay, and all the social evils should be removed or eradicated from our society, including alcoholism, inequality among male and female. Okay, many things are there. So we want to follow the national principles or ideas that inspired by our freedom struggle. Okay, and third and fourth one is to protect the unity of India. To protect the unity of India, and whenever there is any conflict arise among any two groups or communities, it is our duty to solve those problems. Okay, as a family there will be problem. In our home itself we can see sometimes there will be clash between members of the family. That is normal. So we want to adjust and we want to improve ourselves. Okay, and it should not go to extreme level. We want to control it by ourselves for the sake of our nation, and we want to develop a environmental feeling good. We want to create a better natural environment by planting more saplings. Okay, without plants and trees, our life will be horrible. It will be just like desert. So we want to preserve our national diversity, okay, including wild animals and plants. And the fifth one is to defend our national motherland, okay, to defend our motherland. So whenever there is any war in between our neighbors, it is our duty being a citizen to help our soldiers, okay. Otherwise, if the country is asking our help, physical help, we want to join with the army. It is also part of our national duty. When we go to China, it is compulsory for each and every citizen, both the boys and girls, uh, after the age of 14 and 20, it is compulsory for each citizen to participate in the army. They should get some uh, they should get some experience in the army, okay. But in our mother, it is not compulsory, it is uh, but optional, okay. Those who are interested, they can participate. But in critical stage, it is our duty, we want to join compulsorily by ourselves. We should be motivated by ourselves, okay, in order to fight against our enemies. That is the meaning, okay. And sixth one is maintain brotherhood, okay. Maintain fraternity or brotherhood in among each and every citizens of our country. Being we have different religions, different caste, different languages, okay, and different provinces, we can see many differences. Even though we have many differences, India is known as unity in diversity, okay. Unity in diversity. Even though we have lot of diversities, we are standing one in the name of, for the sake of our nation. So it is our duty to maintain brotherhood or fraternity among each and every citizen. So you know that in our daily school assembly, we are telling all Indians are my brothers and sisters and I love my country. So this is, we are telling, we are taking pledge every day, okay. This is to create what we say, patriotism among the people, among the students, okay. And the patriotism should build from the childhood itself, okay. And preserve a rich heritage. We have lot of we have a rich heritage of civilization. You might have heard about Indus Valley civilization, okay, one of the oldest civilization in India. And we can see different types of people lived in India, different constructions, different monuments we can see, like Taj Mahal, many monuments, okay. When we go to Madhya Pradesh, we can see Madhya Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh, we can see many monuments such as Ajanta and Ellora caves, okay. So these are very ancient heritages, okay, and we want to preserve or protect these things for coming generation to know about our country in a better way, okay. And develop, the eighth point is to develop scientific temper, okay. In order to remove all kind of superstitional beliefs, we want to develop a kind of scientific temper, okay. There should be an aptitude and attitude to good attitude towards the scientific thinking and culture, okay. And ninth one is protect the public properties. We have lot of public properties are there, our railway systems, our bus stands, okay, many hospitals, village panchayat offices, okay, many government buildings are public property, okay. Even though we are conducting many strikes against the bad practices of the government, we should not destroy the public property, including buses, okay, government buses, government offices, railway lines, okay. These are our public property, we want to preserve it, okay. Because because of our money, because of the money we are giving in the form of taxes, these all things are constructed. So our own sweat or hard work we can see in everything in the construction of India, okay. Then the tenth one is free and compulsory education for the children. So in between 6 and 14 it is compulsory. The parents should take initiative to join their wards or kids to go to school. Okay, education is very very important, and our constitution also made another specific article for right to education, or RTE, that is very very important. Okay, like RTI, that is right to information. Okay, so it is compulsory to get education in between the age of 6 to 14, and many governments, our Indian governments, it was initially the strategy was taken by the Tamil Nadu government to provide midday meal. Okay, you know, many people in our country, many kids in our children's in our country are under poverty. So in order to eradicate this poverty and to give correct education, uh, many governments in India, especially this initiative was taken by Tamil Nadu government to provide midday meal scheme. Okay, in the school they will get sufficient food, and plus they will get sufficient education. So this was an initiative taken by Tamil Nadu government. Later it was implemented in many other states. Okay, so it brought a created a good result in the education as well as eradication of poverty in our society. Okay, so that is very important. And the last one is strive for excellence. Okay, in order to bring our country to the mainstream or the top level or developed countries, still you know our countries in the developing stage. So many developed countries are there, like America, Japan, okay, China. These countries are developed countries. So in order to bring our country to the mainstream of the developed countries, we want to strive for excellence. Okay, so that is the 11th point, and these are the 11 fundamental duties we are supposed to do for the sake of our nation. Okay, so please go through the textbook and try to understand more things. Okay, till then, take care, have a nice day, thank you.